What's going on, Sooner Nation? Today we got to talk about, are we concerned with OU football recruiting on the offensive line? And there was a specific offer that went out this weekend. We got to talk about why that matters. Before we do that, though, I really want to hear from y'all. So make sure you're joining the discussion, giving me your thoughts, because today I think we need to get real and we need to talk about why we shouldn't be worried or why we should be worried. Because if you follow recruiting intensely, you guys know Ty Haywood was supposed to be on campus this week with Oklahoma during the spring game. And that visit was canceled and he went to Texas A&M. And if you're an Oklahoma fan and you followed recruiting for the past couple of years, this is not a trend that surprises you. And a lot of fans have a lot of heat for Bill Bedenbaugh. Now, is the heat deserved? I personally don't think so. But again, this is where I want you guys to chime in and talk to me about it. Because, of course, in recruiting, everybody puts all of their stock, all of their chips in on five-star offensive linemen. And whether or not it's right, I mean, Oklahoma, they might not be getting the sexiest picks all the time. But this is what I want to kind of point out about this concerning trend for Oklahoma. If you're Oklahoma and you've seen Creed Humphrey and Orlando Brown or Ben Powers or any of these guys come through OU and get to the league and get these second contracts, two of them, Creed Humphrey and Orlando Brown, who have gotten some of the highest offensive line contracts we've seen in history. You see those and you go, well, obviously Bill Bedenbaugh can develop. He gets those NFL offensive linemen to their second contract. And if you watch the Michael Fusi interview that we did, Michael Fusi even talked about it. There is no doubt Bill Bedenbaugh is one of the better developers on the offensive line. And he gets you to the NFL and he gets you those big contracts. And you might say, well, yeah, but the guys got to the NFL. They put in the work. Yes, but in order for the guys to get to where they are now, they had to have Bill Bedenbaugh's help. And they have to have Bill Bedenbaugh's guidance and direction. And Bill Bedenbaugh is a master and a wizard at what he does. And so this weekend, you saw an offer go out to a four-star offensive lineman and Darius Afalava. Now, I got a chance to talk to Darius, and Darius said that OU's really moved up on his list. And he even went as far to say this. He said, I loved the whole atmosphere because they gave a vibe of a hardworking team and they have some vision as me, which is not caring about the NIL, which, again, if you listen to Michael Fusi, it was a very similar trend. It's like, yeah, like Oklahoma's maybe not going to be the school that just balls to the wall NIL. They're going to take care of you. They're going to make sure you get your fair value, maybe a little bit more. But the goal is, and listen to Darius' second half, and caring about building yourself as a character. And the visit was really good. They treated me and my mom very well. I will be talking to Coach B and getting that OV scheduled. Let's go back for a second. And caring about building yourself. This is what this staff wants to do. They want to be able to set kids up for success. And you guys might have seen the predictions flown in for Antoni Ogumoro. And, 247 doesn't have him ranked. Rivals has him as a 4-star. On3 has him as a 3-star. So everybody has their own opinion. I believe he is a 4-star offensive lineman by the end of this cycle. At the end of this recruiting cycle, he is a blue chip prospect. And right now, he's in your state lines, regardless whether he's from this, regardless whether he's from a different state or not. But this is where Bill Bedenbaugh does his best work, and this is where I think Oklahoma fans are missing. Bill Bedenbaugh has proven time and time and time and time again, he can go out there, he can evaluate talent, he can find guys, bring them in, develop them, and make them NFL draftable prospects. What those guys do with their careers beyond that point is on them. But Bill Bedenbaugh at least can get them to that point and set themselves up for success to be able to go earn those NFL contracts. Look, you have Tyler Guyton about to go in the first round again this year. He had Anton Harrison last year. He's got Walter Rouse. Caleb Schaefer's going to be in there. I don't think Caleb Schaefer gets drafted, but he's going to be in the draft. You got Andrew Rame, Walter Rouse, Andrew Rame, and Tyler Guyton, all three of those guys will get drafted. One of them's going in the first round. Next year, he might have another first-round offensive lineman. And you know what? Those guys weren't 5-star offensive linemen. So yes, we don't always get the 5-star guys. And it might not be the sexiest thing. It doesn't necessarily, if you get the 5-star guys, it makes your recruiting rankings look good, right? It gets you one step closer to the number one class that all Oklahoma fans want to have one day. I'm right there with you. I want that too. And I would love for Bill Bedenbaugh to land more 5-star offensive linemen. But the last one that he got, it didn't really work out. These blue chippers, they've got something on their chest. They got something to say about it. And I'm going to be honest, offensive line talent is extremely hard to evaluate. That's why a lot of these 5-star offensive linemen end up not being what a lot of people thought they would be. I think even some of the best people that go out there and evaluate talent, listen, they're going to miss. It's just how it is. The offensive line, it's one of those things of, I think you find out a lot about the talent once you get them on campus and you can see what kind of heart they have, what kind of work ethic they have. Some of that stuff's not necessarily always put on tape. Yeah, you can see the techniques, but you can teach the techniques. Can you teach heart? Can you teach the work ethic? That's on those kids. And so when we talk to people in Antoni Ogumoro's tent or camp and they say, yeah, like, oh, you blew it out of the water. Like, OU's kind of maybe what we're looking for. You understand why Oklahoma's getting those predictions. And then you see Afalava come on campus. He gets the offer. It matters because the staff realizes, listen, 5-star recruitments, we can't put all of our eggs in one basket. Put all of our eggs in one basket. That's kind of where we're at right now with the offensive line, where you're having to hit the portal for key positions to get multiple guys because that room's kind of dry. Look at the Lincoln Riley era. So I want Oklahoma fans to understand, while you might think that Bill Bedenbaugh not landing 5-star offensive linemen is concerning, I don't think it is. Bill Bedenbaugh is an exceptional evaluator of talent and developer. And until one day he's not able to do it, and he's whiffed numerous times on those two things, then I think Oklahoma fans can be concerned and worried. But I will tell you right now, I don't think there is a single team in this country that would not want Bill Bedenbaugh as their offensive line coach because he's that good. Now, talking about, we can't make a 2025 recruiting video without talking about the 5-star offensive tackle, Michael Fusi, who tweeted out yesterday, hey, I'm canceling my visit to Oklahoma this week. And Oklahoma fans might have been worried. Guys, I don't think you should be, and here's why. Because he was just on campus in the spur of a moment visit before the spring game, up there for a scrimmage, really got a chance to talk to Bill Bedenbaugh, kind of get an understanding around, hey, like what's Oklahoma realistically going to do for me in NIL? Like maybe, I don't know, maybe Oklahoma didn't really talk to him about that. Maybe it was time for them to have that conversation because other schools are having that conversation. And I'm going to tell you now, Oklahoma has set themselves up the best way they can to win it. He's got 3 official visits scheduled. He's going to be going to A&M first, Oklahoma second, and Texas last. I believe Oregon and Missouri will potentially get official visits too. So those are schools that you have to watch. But if you're an Oklahoma fan, there's no need to panic about Michael Fusi until one of two things happens. Either he commits after the A&M OV, or you see how the official visit at Oklahoma goes. I promise you, after the official visit at Oklahoma, you will get a really good understanding of whether or not you think you're going to land Fusi. If he lands at A&M, there you go. It's answered. So that's what I really wanted to talk about today. I want to talk about why it matters and should you be concerned. And listen, if you've made it this far and you have not already, just hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It helps me out a lot. It helps me know you guys like this kind of content. And again, I want to hear from y'all. So join the discussion and give me your thoughts. I know this is probably going to be a hot topic, hot conversation. Let's all be cordial. But yeah, I want to hear from y'all.